but on the good news, President Trump had one of his largest rallies ever in California. That was just a gigantic rally. Kamala's campaign seems to be shattering to bits and pieces. However, the cabal is behind her regardless, and they're going to try and do everything they can to cheat. And they're out in all the cemeteries registering voters as we speak, and they're just going to try and overwhelm them. The good news is, when President Trump is back in office, Elon Musk has gone all in, and he has made some commitments. Uh, and President Trump, I believe, has offered him a position of the Office of Government Efficiency. And what he did when he took over Twitter was he fired 80% of the people, and the 20% that were left, who did all the work anyway, did it bigger and better and faster than it was run with the 100% of the people that they had before he bought it. And he
Yep.
can do the same thing with government. And with any
Easy.
luck, the FBI, the DOJ won't exist as we know it, because and neither will the ATF, because they are inefficient. Not only are they inefficient, they're unconstitutional and they're not right. And
And they're thieves,
know,
David. They only steal time, energy, and money from others. They don't serve a major purpose.
no, they don't. They don't
I
serve a
mean,
major purpose.
yeah, if we
They're
saw somebody getting
little.
murdered, stop it. But otherwise,
They're
nonsense.
literally robbers. That's all they are. They
You,
rob
you
people's
guys have
life, their
heard Trump's
money.
new nickname.
What's that?
Trump's new nickname? Trump Sarah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, because he's talking about he misspoke on one of his videos. He caught himself, but he said we're going to eliminate the IRS.
Where'd you go, Bo? You know you
Yeah.
can't say crap like that, or you're just blacked out.
Yeah, Bo's on a shaky connection there with his phone. He's got a
Now
little.
that's a perfect example of them not wanting to hear what he was about to say because they knew.
No,
Yeah, and Bo
sorry, bro.
knows what he's doing. He probably kicked his cord there or something.
No, I have my focus on Adam, and somebody got through. How is that even possible?
Okay.
Somebody
Yeah.
called and got through. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Anyways, Trump was saying a bunch of stuff. He said he was gonna get rid of taxes or reduce the taxes. All debts, out of his mouth, all debts will be paid. What?
He
Why would
said
you say
he
that?
said the United States government is sitting on trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars. Well, what he's talking about is your Cesta QV trusts.
Yep.
They are sitting on that, and they have that money because of your twin, the one that died at birth. You have the money for yourself, and they can use that money. And they're already talking about a $10,000 a month paycheck for every man, woman, and child in America out of your trust.
Wow.
So President Trump has already uh, acknowledged the Cesta QV
Yep.
and how it can pay off all the debt that this nation has in an instant.
Well, the debt's small, right, compared to the trillions in the Cesta QV Trust Fund.
Right, right.
And the only question is that none of us have access to that, and he'd be the only one that can actually find out where those accounts are.
We will have access to the tune of 10,000 a month.
Get you.
But I want to tell the people something before we run out of time. What that does in his comment there is he lets you know that we don't even get the tax money. We don't. Anything you pay in taxes goes to the IMF. It goes to the World Bank. It goes to the stakeholders of the WHO. It goes to the government, the one world government that's already been created, and they've already admitted that they've created it. We're under a one world government right now. What we've got to do is now come out of that Babylon, come out of that corporate construct. We've got to do it. And the only way we can do it is stand up and be sovereign. That's it. We, the people, are sovereign, not government. Government is a corporation, a corporate construct. They have no sovereignty. The only sovereignty government has is the sovereignty that we lend it. And that is it. Nothing more. We
Well,
should have
government is
19. No, we should have 19 agencies administering 19 governmental services and no more. And that's what we signed the Constitution for. That's what we agreed to pay for. Everything else is your right. And when you go down, you can get 10 authenticated copies of your birth certificate in your lifetime. And you can go get all 10 at once if you want. You get them all authenticated. Each one of them's worth $100 million. That's 1 billion with the times 10 of 10 birth certificates. That's $1 billion you are entitled to, and you can get that from the Treasury. That's what you're entitled to. You got to make the claim.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, David. Most people chicken out. I have one guy I work with, and we were doing something as simple as a car claim the other day. And, somebody rear-ended him. They got a new Mercedes, and the Mercedes that was behind him, supposedly self-driving or something, just slipped into drive while they were parked, right? And he went to the insurance company, and Bo, guess what happened?
I'm guessing.
Deny, right? So
Yep.
they're like, yeah, well, we're going to pay you only like $1,000 or $1,300 or something. And he went in and he's like, no, I need to be paid for the front because the front bumper also got it and the side and like blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, if you don't have a camera, we can't pay you anything out if it's not on video. So they start giving these arbitrary bullshit rules, which is everything. And they put a check in his hand. And what did he do? He voided his claim. He accepted the check. And that's what most people do in all of these cases. They don't go for what the real claim is, and they just go for whatever little crap they're going to give them. And
he can still go after it. Cashing that check shouldn't. That's not an agreement. That is a step. He can get more.
Well, in the elements of the contract, that's consideration, and he's accepted their contract, and it makes it much more difficult. Obviously,
I would argue the only thing that was accepted is that there was a claim. Now that there's a claim, go for gusto.
Okay, so cash it and keep going.
Yep, find out the policy and the limits, and take it to the limit. And you can absolutely do that. Here's the thing: now that the check is cashed, they can't pull a Gestapo, and so they can't go back and say, nope. They've already started. And the fact that they sent the check, whether it was cashed or not, that was their agreement to that contract for them to say okay to the claim. And now that there's a claim, now you've got something to work on.